What's up, guys? Let's see if the live is working. Alright, what's up, guys? Okay, working on my end. So now. Yep, cool. Alright, let me get this link posted. Let me send it in Discord. Tesla's at 333 after hours. I know Robinhood stock is up too after hours. Oh yeah, it's up another $12. Nice. Alright, let me get this link sent. On live. If everybody could please like and retweet the stream for me. Would greatly appreciate it. Refilled my propane tank, so now I have fire again. So I have light while sitting out here on the front porch. So I mean, we have the overhead lights, but they're like insanely bright. Way too bright. Alright, let me see if the chat is working. What's up? What's up? Trucker Tom, what's up? B Woods, yeah. Alright, gonna give it another minute or so. But obviously, will be sorry. Someone signed up for the X Mastermind class with my link, and if you did sign up with my link and my code, one of the incentives for using my link and my code, if you're attending the X Mastermind class with all of us, get a free month to the premium Discord. So starting giving access to that tomorrow for those that signed up with my stuff. Sweet. I hope Microsoft rockets upward tomorrow. Yeah, I kind of hope it pulls back first just a little bit. Not by much, just a little bit. Give me an extra little ad closer to the, right here, this 420 area. I want to buy a few more right here. And then I want to take it up to there. So we'll see. I'm going to chart that here in just a few minutes, as that is on my watch list for the week. Little fire background lighting. Right. Get that one going again. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Oh, where'd my background go? Give me my background back. Thank you. Market is open tomorrow. Tomorrow is a bank holiday. So market is open for us options traders. Fantastic. If you traded on Friday, any funds that you use in your account, you will not have access to tomorrow to trade with. So, because banks are closed. So if you had $10,000 in your account, and on Friday you made a few trades and you used $4,000 of your buying power, that is not going to reset tomorrow in your account. You will not have that other buying power. You'll have to wait till Tuesday. So whatever you had left over on Friday at the close, that's how much buying power you're still going to have on Monday. So what's up, Keith? My man. I was just looking at your channel a little bit ago. Yeah, what's up with all these fake fucking accounts joining my Discord trying to scam people into like the drop shipping? Bunch of bullshit. Alright, if everyone could please like and retweet the stream real quick. We're gonna go ahead and get started. So everyone knows the same three that I always start out with: SPY, QQQ, and IWM. So we're going to look at those three first, and then we're going to move on to the rest. There's two names I want to do a little recap on as well afterwards. Dude, I know, fake accounts are fucking ruthless. Another person got scammed by another freaking Casey trades the other day, too. Sucks. Alright, so let's start with SPY. For me, I find this very, very easy. What I'm looking at is previous day high in this area right here is big support, and then I'm just going to say, honestly, it's 600. It's not too far off. So I think that's going to be the biggest two things, I believe. If I go to the hourly, I mean, that's an evening star setup right here on SPY, and it did print a red candle, come back down, test the EMAs, but coming back down here I think is a really good spot to go long. So 596.65, you'll see how this was previous resistance, and then, like I say, it's no coincidence when you see a big candle like that break through something that was showing as previous resistance, and then look at that, look at the next candle. It is a breakout and then a retest and hold confirmation of an SR flip. Previous resistance just got established as support. What happens after that? It goes higher. So that tells you this right here is a really, really big level on SPY. So if you do not have this level of 596.65 on your chart, you're doing yourself a disservice. Make sure you add that level on there. 600 cycle level is easy right above. I believe there is a potential trend line here. Let me see. If I mark this low and I run it to this low. Oh, SPY did hit that trend line. It hit that trend line, went kind of right below it, so if it does break that level, that'll be my full target kind of downside, and then you have this previous SR flip right here, very easy to find, right? This was big resistance right here. Same thing, just on the other time frame, right? The same strategy works across the board. Look what happens. It's not a coincidence that a big green candle is the one, the rocket above that. What happens on these next few candles right here? They break above and they all close right here and still holding the EMAs, right? And then the next day it gets the gap up and goes higher. So that's an SR flip spot. So that's a key level. So I'm going to target that to go downside if it breaks underneath here. I mean, there's no ceiling really above. Above 600. So obviously I mark these as support and resistance, supply, demand initially, because risk to reward says when those are tested to go for the rejection and or the bounce there. Don't just think it's gonna like knife straight through this thing. So when it comes down here and it retests this area, my first idea will be to trade long off of this level. I will go short. If this level doesn't hold, it breaks underneath, does the SR flip, it breaks underneath, big candle's going to come through, it's going to close underneath of it. When it does the retest and rejection to confirm an SR flip, then I go short there and then take it down to those levels. I would do vice versa for the upside. The issue is there's no targets upside really for SPY. I've been like, you can do cycle level numbers because we're at just be new all-time highs. So those two things, that's mainly what I'm going to be watching on SPY, 596.65 and 600 cycle level. QQQ, it's kind of already there for me, and I kind of like that. It's like 511.40. It's a big spot. Double top up here at this high at 515. There's a big level right here in the middle of these two. Right there. It's the bottom of that zone. So right in here. That's like the midpoint. So 515 and 511.40 on QQQ is currently in a 30-minute squeeze, and it's curling downside. There's bearish divergence on the RSI and the MACD, but obviously trend is still intact and bullish. So that's what I will be watching on QQQ. Break and hold above 515, continue long, break and hold underneath 511.40, go short. But initially off 511.40 area, I'll look to get calls because obviously look at history, previous price action. If this level is tested on QQQ, look what happened last time. They took it up. So if it comes down here, I will look to do that again until proven otherwise. So that and 515 at top, those would be the two key levels. I hope Microsoft does what your last Tesla play did, several hundreds of % gain. Yeah, believe it or not, there's still people in the Discord that are still in the $300 calls that I alerted almost 4 weeks ago. It was October like 20th, like the 24th or something is when I started loading up those calls. I believe on Friday, one of our members posted he still had a runner and he's up like 1,500%. It was fucking ridiculous. Tesla, please. There's nothing really for Tesla. It's going. I think it's going to go to 336, 338, and then it's going to reject when it pulls back down to 300 cycle level. After that, I'm looking to go long. That's about it. Coins, probably the same thing with Tesla. It's just pumping right now. It's all just volume and momentum right now. Can you chart D's? Yeah. D's nuts. There's Dzer. Oh, look at that right there. Look, crypto. D's nuts. USDT. Brought to you by Not Whale. That's his token. Alright, I screenshotted QQQ. Let's go over to IWM. Let's see IWM on the daily real quick. Look at IWM. Ooh! Above everything. I mean, obviously below like previous day's low is going to be very important, and look at that, that previous day high is up there as well. So that's kind of simple. And then hit this low, and then mark the gap just in case. I mean, the gap fill goes all the way down there. Jesus. That's a large gap fill. So, previous highs over here for IWM above 238.50. Right there. Why doesn't have that area more? Oh, so it's like 240-ish. Yeah, it's around the 240. Probably mark this high around here with. Probably just mark all these individual highs. Yeah, that looks fine. So above 238.50, 240, 241, 242.50, 243.50. It looks like if I start to pinpoint these a little bit more, 244.50, and then underneath 235.4. Would target the low down here near 233. Underneath that can start to go fill that gap. So you can see it's kind of these would kind of be the zones. There's a chihuahua shitting in the middle of the road right in front of me. I shit you not. No pun intended. 239. I'll mark those two zones there. Their dog always gets out. Chris, if you're watching, this is live. My neighbor. Fucking awesome guy. Chris, if you're watching my live right now, Coco gets out at least 5 times a day, and she's shitting in the middle of the road. Just letting you know, dude. I'll text you later. Watch him text me. Oh, Alpha Trader sent me a message. He held 50 of his 100 Tesla contracts. Oh, you fucking crazy. Oh, let's go. I'm in that. Coco. That's her name. What are you still laughing at? I'm sending Alpha Trader a message back.
She's so sick of that dog.
Coco's fucking wild, man.
She's so pissed. She can't touch his dog. I don't blame her.
I'm responding to some of your guys' messages. Bro, I shit you not. Not Whale says hi. To you.
Hi, not well.
Not Josh. You have the 270s Tesla Expired. You're selling the 270s? You're wild. Shout out UPST for a great last week. That was fun. I paper-handed the fuck out of those. I bought the 70s for $1.90. I sold them for like $4.55. I think was my fill in the morning. Those bitches ran to like $1,200-$1,300 a piece. And then the straddle that I did with the 56 call and put, sold the put obviously for the loss for like 88%. Sold the 56 call. I think I got filled for like 155% on that one too. So it was net green. I think I sold that for $11.50 from 520, something like that. Those things ran like over $3,000 a piece. I was so pissed. I was so pissed. Isn't the market closed tomorrow? Nope. Market's open. Why's my background keep stopping? I want it to keep going. It's probably like on a timer. I like this one the best. That one's dope. Alright. Oops, forgot to get that chat off the screen. Mobby. So that'll be it right there for IWM. So resistance and supply up there at 238.5 up to 239. Breaks above that 240 and then 241 target. Obviously, I'm initially going to look to go short off of that if it breaks and holds above that zone. Doing the SR flip, take it to those levels higher off of 235.4 down to 235. I'm going to look to go long off that support, breaks and holds underneath of that. Look at to take it lower, closer down to that 233 area. Alright, so now the next three, we'll start with Microsoft. Alright, so I'm looking to add more calls right here on Microsoft. Obviously, you can see it's shaded. Get it out of the way. So I want to get some more calls here on Microsoft around the 420 area. Go to the daily. So that's a 4-hour cup and handle. So kind of a bullish structure pattern here. Right, so you're going to have your cup, and then it's got its handle right now that it's building, right? So I want to go long here. I'm already long. I longed up here. I'm scaling into the position. I'm already have half my position size for those December calls that I took an alert in premium last week. So longing this area here on Microsoft target, if you go to the daily, it has a gap to fill above. See how much support is right here? Look at the daily 9 and 21. Look at the 4-hour 21. Look at the 1-hour 200 EMA. It's at 419.95. Between the 1-hour, the 4-hour, and the daily gives me a lot of confluence to long Microsoft off that 420. Smoke it if you got it. So if you're going to take these calls, just be aware of the gap. So you have this big gap that went all the way down to here initially, right? And it's already coming up, hitting this area right here, this previous resistance support spot here, which is around 427. So now looking to go long off 420, take it back up here, hit 427. When it breaks above 427, fill the rest of the gap up to 432. That'll essentially be full target for me, and I would be exiting majority of my position by then. Then I would just be scaling out of runners as it approaches the 440 level. So that is my intention for Microsoft. Let me get a screenshot of this. After Microsoft, Will text me. After Microsoft is HIMS. So HIMS, it's already kind of on here. HIMS has a daily inverse Head and Shoulders. Go to Tesla. Whoopsies. Go to Tesla. Go to the weekly. Okay. See this? If I can kind of get rid of some of the bullshit, I'm just going to leave it alone. This was the inverse Head and Shoulders on Tesla that I charted out. And I bought calls here from 220 down to 214 and on the $300 calls for December, and they ripped up all the way up here. I exited, pulled back, SR flip around 242. That's where I said to go long, missed my entry, fuck, and it ripped. Now we're all up here. Anyways, if you look at this inverse Head and Shoulders right here on Tesla's weekly, go to HIMS, go to the daily. Whoopsies. I can just see this similar thing setting up. So looking for a hold of the $20 psych level, looking for a break and hold above $26. HIMS is underpriced. There's a post out there that explains it in perfect detail. Knott's reposted it earlier, and I commented on it. It's an amazing read. And I just love seeing other big posts like that. To give me extra confluence. So it's the math comes out to where HIMS and HERS can get a move up to $40. That is kind of where the stock is seeing where it should be priced around. So it's underpriced, obviously, down here at 23. So you got this daily bullish structure pattern here, the inverse Head and Shoulders, and maybe the chart set up in a break and hold above $26 can start that breakout for this thing to really start to rip. So looking at January, February time calls, looking at 30s, they're potentially rolling or starting other positions for like $35 and $40 calls by that point. So watching this on HIMS. Gotta download it with the emojis on there. It's only right. Add shares on HIMS. I mean, I think HIMS can be a good add around the $20 psych level. I mean, there's big support down there near the 12 area, but I think around the 19 to $20 area, if that continues to hold, that can be a good spot to start accumulating some shares. And with the HIMS being a $20 stock, I mean, you buy, by that point you spend $2,000, right, and you can get 100 shares. Or if you just have the cap on your account, you can run the wheel strategy on it. You can sell a cash secured put. If it continues to run, then you collect the premium. If it pulls back and your 20 cash secured put goes in the money, exercise it, get the 100 shares at the 20, and then be able to sell covered calls on it and then collect premium that way. So there's a strategy there for it. Iron Condor on IWM. I don't like Iron Condors on IWM because since the premiums are very cheap, going like only $1, maybe $2 out of the money, your premium is like $5 or $6, and you have a higher risk because it's only $1 or $2 out of the money. IWM can be at 221, and it gets to move up to 222 or 222.50, and your freaking your put side or call side credit spread that you have when that happens, I mean, it's going to change drastically, because those premiums they're gonna change. So I like being able to have something with contracts farther out of the money. That's the overall idea for credit spreads. So I like SPY QQQ, honestly, for doing the Iron Condors over IWM. Facebook for the run-up also, since Zuckerberg is friends with Trump now. My thoughts on these coin mining stocks, bull rally coming. I mean, it's the Santa rally. So you got Santa rally, you got the news going around with the election. You got Bitcoin breaking out on higher time frames. All these altcoins are going to start catching bids as well. Coinbase is absolutely through the roof. We're going to cover something here in a second with that from a trade that I took on ConY. You got Mara that has earnings this week. So we're about to, actually, we'll go ahead and jump into that. So BITX. Alright. So this is what I see on BITX. It's on the daily chart. So it broke above this trend line here, and it's approaching this spot here around 40 to 42 bucks. Why is it only half? What the fuck did I click on? Click on array. Horizontal array. Where's 42 bucks? It's gotta be somewhere right here. So this 40 to 42 bucks is gonna be big. So looking for it to break and hold above this and then send this thing, you know, to the moon. So I really like this setup on BITX. This is the 2x ETF for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin starts to move up, BITX can start to move up essentially. So looking at 45 and $50 calls for December and January, and then after 50 bucks, probably start to look at March 2025, like 60s by that point. So, but initially going to look at these 45 and $50 calls on BITX for December and January time. So with BITX you have ETHU. So this is the 2x for Ether. So one thing to notice here is that it's been in a large area of consolidation. If it can start to break out of this consolidation, look at the gap that needs to be filled up to here. So there's a gap that needs to be filled up to 874. It's probably up right now after hours, right? Probably already filled the gap. Does it count in Robinhood after hours if it fills the gap? Let's see. It went to 825, so it got close, didn't fill the gap. So this gap here to 8, to be exact, is 8. No, it is 874. So if it can break above $9, I mean, it can get some legs. It was like 10 bucks right there. So watching BITX for Bitcoin, and then watching ETHU here. Got ETU as well, which is newer. It's the T-Rex 2x long Ether. So you can keep that on watch as well, but I'm mainly going to be watching ETHU. So ConY with Coinbase, right? So if you're in my Discord, you know that I recently added ConY. Why does it not have all of the data? Here we go. So I added ConY right there. $12.70. Was my ad on ConY. This baby is now at $17 freaking dollars. Absolutely love it. So, is that why? No, it's not. Fuck up my charts. So, now here is going to be a big problem. Around $18 on the daily. So you got the 200 EMA and you got that previous support all right here. That's just going to be an SR flip. So if this thing needs a spot to reject, it's definitely going to be here. So this is in my IRA. I'm not looking to take profit on this whatsoever. My shares are up like 28% right now, but I use all my shares for ConY to collect dividends. So I use those dividends to then roll that into something else that can make me money, or continue to just use the dividends, since that's free money essentially every month getting paid to my account for owning the shares. On any dips, I'll just use the dividends that they paid me, just buy more shares of ConY. So I think I collect like $400 or $500 a month in dividends. So I mean, it's at $17. So if it pulls back to 15, I can buy 20 more shares of this for $300. I'm just add that more to my position. So. Beautiful breakout though. I added right before the breakout, so pull up coin right there. It's already on here. That trend. This is what I want to pull up on ConY when I added that. So if you look at the day, look at Monday, November 4th, right? Go to ConY. Right here, after Monday, November 4th, that next morning, right at Tuesday at the open, I bought. So Monday, when Coinbase hit that trend line on the daily and it held and put that green hammer candle in, I was like, cool. Right at market open on Tuesday, I loaded some more ConY shares. And it was solely just based off of that green hammer candle, literally right there. So if I would have bought Coinbase calls, Jesus, that would have been the move. I would have freaking got in around like 187 and caught a $90 move up here. So there is resistance on Coinbase here, up to 283. I know it's over 300. Ether. BITX up like 13%. You think it will hold, or should we wait for a pullback? PTC is pumping. I mean, it goes if it goes. I mean, obviously getting in on dips and pullbacks is more ideal, but it doesn't necessarily mean it has to do it. I mean, look at Coinbase. I mean, it started to rip on this huge green candle right here. It went from less than $200 all the way up to $255. And then there's people like, okay, cool, I'm going to enter on a pullback. It never pulled back. It stayed right there and then made another move up to 273. Now I guarantee if you go to Hood, look at after hours on Coinbase, it's at 300. So now Coinbase is up here. So BITX looks a little bit better on the weekly. I like it right here. It's another thing too. It's in a squeeze, and all three are telling me upside right now. Right? You got the RSI increasing. It's over 50. Fantastic. You got the MACD, which has now crossed bullish, and you also have the squeeze indicator going, which just started to flip positive on the histogram. So make sure I get a screenshot of that too. So I do like BITX and Ether. This paper would say ETHU. He's been loading the boat on that since like freaking $4. So SPY, QQQ, IWM, Microsoft, HIMS, BITX, ETHU, Coinbase, Conwy. I talked about those. So the last one I want to cover real quick is Honeywell. We fucking did it. I fucking nailed this. So everyone knows Honeywell. This was the plan all along, and now I think it's going to go higher. I cannot wait to get in on a pullback. Close my March calls. Don't ask me why, because I had plenty of time. This couldn't have played out more freaking perfectly. So everyone knows that I bought calls for swings initially down here off the 200 EMA. Very simple. You can see this has been acting as support on the daily time frame. So I bought calls here. Initially bought the 210 calls, switched after those went green to the 220s, and then went to the 250s for March, which closed those for 116% on Friday. And obviously I wanted the gap to fill, and that's the reason why I closed, because it filled the gap. It can go up a little bit more at 223, that'd be amazing, but I would like for it to now pull back down to 214, 215 area. I will then load some calls there on a discount, potentially the same ones that I exited, those March, same 250s for 2025. I'll buy those back just at the discounted price after I took the profit up here. And it looks like if that were to set up and happen, it would set up a very, very nice daily cup and handle. So the entire plan from start to finish all the way up here to complete this gap fill was fucking beautiful. Very proud of those trades and the technical analysis that led to those 3 winning trades. And I hope some people made some money off that. Been in this swing for since Halloween, so not too long. I mean, longer for me. I usually don't like to swing anything for more than a day or two, max of like a week, like Tesla. So I was able to swing this for just over a week and 3 different trades. So we'll see if we get some continuation. Beautiful chart on Honeywell. Cannot wait to get back into that. So What is the dividend percent on Con Y, not Con L? I hate SoFi paper, but I'll look at Hood. SoFi's an equity play, I think, majority of the time. I suck when it comes to options on freaking SoFi. Let's go back to the weekly for a second. I mean, in a perfect world, this thing would pull back to 24, 25 bucks and let me get in, but I highly fucking doubt it. Yeah, I mean, Hood on the daily, larger time frame. I mean, this is the weekly. Over here to the daily. I think it's just going to be pull back down to, the larger EMAs or just these key levels that it keeps on flipping, support and resistance. It'd just be a buy at the dip opportunity. Up to 34, 38, 40 bucks, essentially up to 40. Would be a good first long swing target. So, but I suck at SoFi. I only sell cover call. Yeah, that's what I would do. Hood is more exciting than SoFi. Yeah, I would sell cover calls on SoFi as well. Like I said, it'd be more of an equity play. Can you chart Mobileye? Nah, I'm not a Mobileye. It's not really much. Looks like shit. VI. This is a penny stock. I don't really see much here either. I mean, this thing's been beaten to all shit, but it doesn't really go anywhere. But if you're into penny stocks, I mean, it can rip to, 4 or 5 bucks out of nowhere. Alright, SPY, QQQ, IWM, Microsoft, HIMS is the big one. ETHU, BITX. That's about it. So, strong names, obviously, looking at NVIDIA this week, Tesla, and Coinbase for when I'm looking at larger tech names, and also looking at Trade SPY and QQQ on how all those names are acting. If they got relative strength and just the market's pushing higher and they're pulling the market with it, then cool. Take note of that. Looking to trade SPY or QQQ, obviously looking at calls. Someone said, let me see if I can look that up for you. Yeah, BITX is at like 44.3 according to Robinhood after hours. So go to the daily. Let me see. It says it's at 44.3. So it says it's around like right here right now. So very nice. We'll see if we can open up around this area down here, around 40, 42, somewhere in there, and establish it as support and look to go long. So if it's up there nicely, look for this pullback there, and then might work it out. So definitely going to keep that on watch. What I said about HIMS, larger time frame, inverse head and shoulders. So looking for HIMS to get a break and hold above. Pokemon flip. 26 bucks. So looking for this inverse head and shoulders on the daily. PLTR, nothing really on PLTR. It's just ripping. That's the thing. Like, it's like people kind of want like technical analysis on it. There is no technical analysis. It's just flow and volume. I mean, you can make guesses on projections on where it's going to go, but finding, critical resistance on it to sell if you had a position, it's almost impossible to find because it has never entered into this area before. So it's no man's land, so I can just continue to rip. The daily's just ripper after ripper after ripper. Looks like Tesla, looks like Coinbase. They're all just making new highs, so just identify some of these big key daily levels like this 5150 area. That's a big spot, most likely with not Coinbase, PLTR up here. This daily 9 EMA can line up around this area here tomorrow when these moving averages catch up with the time. So you could see a potential, if it opens up around like 60 bucks or hits 60 bucks and then starts to pull back down, hits that previous day's low here, which is Wednesday's, which would be an SR flip from the Tuesday high, and then take it back and then make new all-time highs. So this could be a good buy the dip spot on PLTR if it pulls back to 5150. I'll screenshot that as well. Send that out. So yep, sim price discovery mode. That's about it. So alright, that's gonna be it from me. Appreciate you guys tuning in and hanging out. Almost 2,000 people came in. Appreciate you guys. Someone said MU in the Discord. Yeah. Let's see. Doesn't look like it's in a squeeze on any time frame. Daily chart looks like a short right now. You got this section right up here. So every time this area gets hit, it gets slapped. So until proven otherwise, it's a short. So I'd say right now it's looking like a short unless it does the old SR flip. If it can break above it and then prove it wrong. But as of right now, this bad boy would be a short. Go to the weekly. I want to say an inverse head and shoulders, but it just doesn't really look like that because if I'm going to claim an inverse head and shoulders with it being a little wonky like that, then I'm going to claim this giant bear flag that it's into. Look at that evening star kind of set up right there. And then came back down to the EMA, sat there, and then knifed taking that every single day of the week. Yeah, so here you go. This would be, it's probably around 100. So mark 100 down to 97. Mark 111 to, I guess it's like 114. That wick up there almost goes to 115. This area right here, essentially this is just this though. So until you see a breakout of one of these two zones, it doesn't go anywhere. So This is your resistance. That's your support. So it's ping pong back and forth. Puts up here, calls down here every single time until proven otherwise. Until you see a break in confirmation above or below one of those two zones, then you play that direction. But as of right now, it looks like a short opportunity. Take it back down. There's probably some kind of the spot around like right here, 105, like a midpoint between the zone. That'd be first target downside before you go hit the next zone below it. Let me actually screenshot that. So, alright, I'm gonna jump off here. Yeah, of course. I'm gonna send all those charts out in the Discord here momentarily. If you guys didn't see the post due to a lot of requests, I am starting that small account challenge, the 5K challenge. So don't know exactly what day I'm going to start it. Actually had a pretty weird idea. Some people say they liked it. For the challenge account, I posted the rules and how I'm going to manage it, and thinking about it being a strictly a swing challenge account, and using 10% obviously every trade, so $500 max. If I found and took 10 swings, like a Nvidia, a Tesla, a Coinbase, a Microsoft, a ETHU, a BITX, and then if I see something maybe on the short side, whatever it is, bearish setups, then just do one contract for like December or January. That's around $400 to $500. Just do one contract, and that's it. Then you just don't touch it. You just let it sit for a month, and you either make plus 200 to 300% on the contract for the winning trade, and then the other one will be the full loss. For like minus 99. So it's like a weird setup, but we'll see. Don't know when I'm going to start that. I wanted to start it this week, but I am moving some money around between the accounts, just for some different names that I'm looking to trade and get invested in. I want to get that squared away first. So don't know when I want to start it. If it's not this week, it's definitely next week, next Monday. I'll definitely be starting that 5K challenge. So try to mainly, I don't know if I'm just going to do strictly swings. I'd probably just rather just trade my normal day trading style and trade live with that account every day as well in the Discord. That way it's easier to follow. So probably just do that. So that's it for me. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, Liv. Liv is an OG in the Casey Trades Discord. Absolutely crushes it. So, yep. So I'll see you guys in the morning. If you're in the premium Discord, I'll be on just before market open and pre-market, doing the whole live stream, live trading. So I'll send those charts out to you guys in just a few minutes, and then I'll see the rest of you guys tomorrow in Discord. Y'all have a good night.